There are tape measures to measure cracks, because you're going to want to make sure that there's no tripping hazards and that kind of thing. And then we also have some levels, so if there's any slopes that maybe are too steep, we can measure those as well.
The Walk Audit is a collaboration of a lot of community partners to explore the neighborhoods around Delaware and kind of figure out where the areas of growth are as far as accessibility goes and how we can make our neighborhoods more accessible here in Delaware.
That's the thing. I would try to avoid the puddle, but sometimes you don't want that option.
Okay.
But if there was a way to go, I would. So, independence is a big key for me. I like to be as independent as possible and do stuff on my own. So to be able to go around my own community by myself without friends or family or staff, it just makes me feel like I can do stuff on my own, and I like that feeling.
We've worked with Ohio Wesleyan University to get students out as part of their public health program to learn about the built environment and to really understand what the built environment looks like in the community and how that either promotes physical activity or hinders physical activity for pedestrians and bicyclists.
10.1, yep. So that I'm gonna venture to guess is a little over what's recommended for a slope.
Somebody that might typically walk around doesn't see the points of, like, if you're in a wheelchair, if the sidewalks don't go all the way across, then having to go into the streets and stuff like that.
So to me, I'd be like, oh, it'd be nice to have something there, because I would assume this is gonna be a little busier than just like someone's house, right? Someone going in and out of their driveway.
It's a safety concern, and also when we can't travel, like hit the buttons to change like the street signs and stuff, it really takes away our independence. No?
Look at how much she anyway.
Yeah.
We also bring other stakeholders out to help paint that picture. We don't always have that lens. Other community partners do in the community. So the Disability Board just provides more rich information and perspective to the work that we're doing.
If a community does not have a walking audit, I would really consider doing something like that in your communities, because you would be surprised how many communities people with disabilities have trouble navigating.
Okay, you got some mud on your wheels today. All right, let's measure this. Does anybody want to get a picture of that? So this looks like it's about 2 inches, and I would say that's probably not acceptable and something the city could address.
Just having Courtney out here to experience the walks with us, we don't always have a motorized care. Sometimes we'll take a wheelchair out, but it really does help to provide that perspective. Just going over a crack or something that, someone on 2 feet or able-bodied would just step right over. She, really gives you that perspective of how challenging just something simple along the roadway might be for her to maneuver over. So it really does give you a whole different outlook on what the situation might be for someone else.
It's nice to see the folks that have the power to make these changes in our sidewalks and in our crosswalks and in the safety of our communities really take heed to the things that we're saying and sharing and take note of that. I'm excited to see some of the changes that we've suggested be put into place. Being able to navigate and enjoy the resources that your community has to offer is a huge part of inclusion and integration into the community.